physical fight. 1, 2, 3.
If you wanted me back, you could have just asked me.
A device that controls every military satellite in the world has fallen into the hands of 4 very dangerous guys.
We need someone who can move like them, fight like them. It's time to be a patriot.
There are no more patriots, just rebels and tyrants.
So which are you?
I'm XXX.
I'll introduce you to your ground team.
All right, here comes Red Bull's poster child.
I'm not gonna have clowns watch my back.
Who would you trust?
The good, the extreme, and the completely insane.
Hold on! What you want, I got what you need.
Now that's a team I can work with.
Here we go.
It's refreshing. You actually know what you're doing down there.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Wow. These guys of yours are the real kind of trouble.
You have no idea what you're up against.
Whatever it is you're looking for, you're gonna come up short.
Does this mean you're not making me breakfast in the morning?
We're willing to die to keep the world safe. How about you?
I live for this.
I guess we're on the same team now.
You ready to have some fun?
What you want, I got what you need. I go low.
I'll go high.
Let me simplify it for you. Kick some ass. Get the girl and try to look dope while you're doing it.
Damn, it feels good to be back.
XXX Return of Xander Cage is the 3rd installment in the XXX series that was released on January 20th, 2017. Just to let you guys know, I have not seen the 2nd installment, XXX State of the Union. Although, from what I've heard from people who have seen it, I think it's safe to say that I'm not missing much. Besides, when I heard of this movie and the fact that Xander Cage was officially going to be in it, I was like, fuck yeah. I mean, you can't have XXX without Xander Cage. So anyway, what do I think of this particular movie? Well, you're about to find out. Let's start with the story. Xander Cage is revealed to have faked his own death. So basically, it retconned the story of the 2nd movie. A government official, Jane Mark, finds out about him and offers him to take a mission to recover a sinister and seemingly unstoppable weapon called Pandora's Box, which is to have been responsible for the death of Augustus Gibbons, who recruited Cage in the 1st movie. Cage refuses, until later, obviously. He gets his own crew of thrill-seeking cohorts when he does agree. Overall, this is a pretty fucking good story. I don't think it's as good as the 1st movie, but much like the 1st movie, the characters really steal the show. You obviously have Xander Cage back in the movie, and he's just as fucking awesome as he was in the 1st movie. But I actually do enjoy the crew he gets. It's with people that are super fucking edgy. You have an Asian DJ, Nyx, the blue-haired sniper, Adele Wolf, and the shady Tennyson Torch. All these people are pretty fucking cool, especially Nyx and Adele Wolf. Hell, even the technical expert, who only gets to do a little bit of fighting, has some entertaining moments. But I felt the girl, Serena Unger, I think that's her name, actually had some bite to her, much like the girl from the first movie. And she was hot, too. That's a plus in my book. But yeah, though those are really goddamn nice touches. Watching them together on their little adventure is just fucking glorious. I also thought having Xander fake his death was a pretty clever way of retconning the second movie. However, I would have liked it if the movie made it more clear that that's how he did it. But then again, it is explained a bit better late toward the end, which I will not give away. Now, some of the problems that I do have with the story are that Xander doesn't really have much of an arc in this movie. But then again, I don't know what kind of fucking arc you could make with him at this point. I don't mind that nearly as much as the fact that they do another goddamn twist villain. This is not the end, by the way. It is revealed that Jane Mark is the one behind the whole Pandora's box operation. The person you hired is really the main bad guy is something that is getting pretty goddamn annoying. Ice Cube is in this movie, but only for a brief moment. That really feels like they really wanted to have Ice Cube in it, or it's just fan service to the three people who actually enjoyed the second movie. But I shouldn't complain because I thought how he came in was pretty cool, admittedly. When the crew dial 9, it's a long story. Darius Stone, Ice Cube's character, comes in to the warehouse and blows shit up to help them. Unfortunately, though, this movie has a few quotes that make me uncomfortable, even more than the first one. But at its core, it still has that edginess that the first movie had. In fact, they updated it for the 2010s, which is a pretty fucking smart decision. I was surprised because not a lot of goddamn movies in this part of the 2010s had that. It even has some nice callbacks to the first movie, which was really, really fucking cool. I honestly don't know why this movie got so much hate when it was released. Maybe at this point, XXX was not a name that many were familiar with, and that kind of turned a lot of people off. But you know what? I enjoyed it. I mean, I'm not going to say it's the best movie ever made, but I'm also not going to waste my time bitching about the problems I had with it, because there's too much shit that I enjoy. Now it's time to talk about the action scenes. The action scenes are fucking awesome. There is a ton of gunplay, a few fight scenes, and explosions thrown in there too. Sure, not a lot of it comes from Xander, but I don't really give a damn. The action might actually be better than the first movie. Keyword, might. Anyways, as for the production values, the cinematography, editing, sound, and sets are all pretty good for the most part. The music is okay. The score is nothing special, but there are a bunch of songs of this era that play. But the most memorable one for me is... But the most memorable one that plays for me is Blood in the Cut by K. Flay. It's alright. Overall, XXX Return of Xander Cage is actually one of the few late 2010s movies that I actually like. It is not as good as the first movie. But as a true XXX sequel, it was honestly pretty good. It has some really good characters and awesome action scenes. Sure, the story had a few problems, and some of the writing was not that great, but I can find it in me to ignore those problems. My advice, skip XXX State of the Union and just go watch XXX Return of Xander Cage. I promise you, you will not be totally lost in the plot. I give XXX Return of Xander Cage 4 out of 5 stars with the title of Awesome. Anyway, I'm Spike Robot. If you like this video, you can subscribe to my channel and take it easy. Support our troops.